A wise sage sat in deep meditation by a rushing river, the sound of water dancing over rocks, echoing the stillness within his heart. His eyes were closed, his breath calm and deep, as he connected with the divine pulse of the universe. The river, like time, flowed endlessly forward, a reminder that all things pass, yet all things remain. Suddenly, his serene trance was interrupted by a subtle struggle near the riverbank. He opened his eyes and noticed a small scorpion caught in the current, its tiny legs flailing helplessly against the water's force. It was drowning, battling a losing war against nature. Without hesitation, the sage leaned forward and reached into the cold water to save the creature. His fingers barely brushed its fragile body when, snap! The scorpion arched its tail and stung him sharply. Pain radiated through his hand, but the sage, instead of recoiling in anger, merely withdrew his hand and observed the scorpion still fighting for its life. Moments passed. The sting throbbed. Yet, he reached out again, calm, gentle, and once more tried to lift the creature to safety. Again, the scorpion struck, its venom a reflexive response to fear. The sage winced, but remained composed. A villager nearby, having observed the entire scene, rushed over in disbelief. His face was a mixture of concern and confusion. "Respected sage," he cried, "why do you keep trying to save that ungrateful creature? It keeps hurting you in return for your kindness." The sage smiled, his eyes soft like lotus petals floating on still water. He nursed his swollen fingers and replied, "My child, the scorpion stings because it is its nature to do so. But it is my nature to save life whenever I can. Why should I stop being who I am just because this small creature follows its own nature?" These words, simple and profound, echoed through the air like a mantra. In Hindu philosophy, Dharma, one's essential nature or duty, is not defined by others' actions but by the inner truth of the soul. The sage was not rescuing the scorpion for reward or recognition. He acted in alignment with his dharma, just as Prabhu Sri Ram acted with righteousness even when he faced betrayal and exile. This story invites us to pause and reflect. How often do we allow others' negativity to corrupt our inner light? In Buddhist teachings, especially in the Dhammapada, it is said, "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule." The sage lived this truth, choosing love over retaliation. Each of us encounters scorpions in life. People who sting us with their words, actions, or indifference. They might act out of ignorance, fear, or past wounds. Like the scorpion, they don't intend to destroy, but they are trapped in their own reactive nature. The question is, do we allow their behavior to change us? Let's bring it closer to our lives. A coworker undermines your work. Do you retaliate, or do you stay rooted in your values? A friend breaks your trust. Do you shut down emotionally, or do you learn and move forward with grace? The sage's wisdom shows us the path of resilience with compassion. Don't let someone's darkness dim your light. Be the flame that keeps burning even in the storm. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna reminds Arjuna, "Perform your duty with steadfastness without attachment to results." The sage was not attached to the outcome. Whether the scorpion showed gratitude or not didn't matter. What mattered was the purity of action. The river's current eventually carried the scorpion to safety that day, just as the sage had intended. His compassion flowed like the river, consistent, unshaken, and effortless. This is the ultimate teaching of both Hindu and Buddhist paths. When we live from our highest self, with karuna, compassion, ahimsa, non-violence, and samatva, equanimity, we are liberated from suffering. The sage did not curse the scorpion for its nature. He understood that life is a mosaic of diverse beings, each following their own journey, their own karma. In that awareness, he found peace. True wisdom is knowing when to act, and deep wisdom is knowing how to act with love. So let us not harden our hearts just because the world is sometimes harsh. Let us not dim our goodness because others choose bitterness. Like the sage, we can rise above the moment, anchored in our own truth. The scorpion kept its nature. The sage kept his. And both, in their own way, found their place in the flow of life. If this video inspired you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more motivation, and share it with someone who needs a boost today. Until next time, stay motivated, stay inspired, and keep shining. See you in the next video. Shubham Bhavtu.